Oh my goodness gracious, guys. I think we got ourselves a quarter hunt today. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, looks like I'll be hunting for some W quarters. I may have gotten a couple of uncirculated 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter boxes. I did check both sides. I did notice there's a couple of circulated quarters on the other ends, but I was checking for any W enders and I couldn't find any. Hoping there's W's in here. Hoping we just didn't get an uncirculated Denver Mint box. You never know, or two, I guess I should say. But let me go ahead and bring you to a couple of clips I filmed when I picked up the first box as well as the second box. Just picked up a couple of boxes of $half and I got a box of quarters. This is the bank that I got the 2 boxes of quarters last week at that had the W quarters in them from San Antonio, or at least San Antonio Missions design. So I figured I would do a live opening just in case we get some more uncirculateds. Not sure we'll get that. I very rarely do, but why not pray? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. Yes, we definitely have another one. And to be honest, I might go back in there and see if we can get some more. Let me organize this box, make sure I got all 50 rolls, and then let me go ahead and see if we have any W enders, and I'll be right back. So no W enders, but it's pretty much, or at least it appears to be pretty much, nearly a full box of uncirculated quarters. Now, it could be someone's Denver Mint San Antonio Missions quarter dump, and we just got into it, but no W's on the ends and a lot of San Antonio Missions quarters. I'm going to go back in real quick and see if I can get another box. Well, I asked the bank if I can get another box of quarters, and they let me, and he also let me open it in the bank. This was the one I just took a video of, and take a look at this one right here. The entire box. The second box is all San Antonio Missions quarters, so I officially now have another box, a completely full box, as well as a mostly full box of 2019 San Antonio Missions quarters, ready to hunt. You know what we're doing tonight. Let's go. So as you guys can see from the clip, I'm pretty excited about these quarter boxes. Good on me for going back in there and grabbing this second one after opening this first one up and seeing that it was pretty much mostly uncirculated San Antonio Missions quarters. I thought, man, if he's got another box, he might have another uncirculated box. Go back in there, and this box does not hardly have but 1 or 2, I believe, circulated enders. So I think there's 5 or 6 on this one, 1 or 2 on this one. We might have some W quarters to find. This is the same bank where I got my 2 boxes from last week, where I got these 14 W quarters from. Now those boxes were about 50%, maybe a little bit less, 40 to 50% uncirculated. And judging by the tops of these, I think we have just about nearly 100% uncirculated boxes. Again, we won't know until we start the hunt and get into the rolls. I would film this live, but this could take a while. I think what I'll do is I'll set my tripod up and I'll film from an angle like this. And if I happen to run into any W quarters right away, then we'll have some fun and zoom up close. If I don't, I'll delete those clips and give you guys some wrap-ups. But I'm pretty optimistic. Let's see if we can get some W's today. All right, first roll right here. First roll, box 1, roll 1. We've got a couple of new enders. Let's open it. Pray that they're mostly uncirculated, and then of course that we find a W. Well, that qualifies as mostly uncirculated, but as you can see, we're still getting circulated quarters in these boxes. Of course, that's not a bad thing. That's a good sign, actually, because I believe this is going to be uncirculated ones mixed in with circulated like before. And like before, hopefully, we find some W's. Let me just do a quick check them. If I find a W in this first roll, I'll let you know, of course. I'm going to separate the uncirculated from the circulated just so that I have an idea of the ratio in the box. All right, so roll 1 was basically probably 3/4 to 1/4 San Antonio missions to circulated. I'll do one more roll here in a second after I clean this up, and we'll bring you back in. Roll number 2, we've got an uncirculated Denver and a San Antonio missions on the other side. Well, we find our first W in this roll. And as you can see, it is pretty much all uncirculated. There might be 1, 2, 3, 4 that are definitely older quarters. So let's see what we got here. We've got a Denver, 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 Denver. I guess I won't keep saying Denver. That'll drive you guys crazy. I'll just say W if we find one. All right. We are officially 0 for 2, but you can see the ratio definitely favoring San Antonio missions. Well, I was getting worried. We're on roll 6, so I had gone through 5 full rolls with no W's. But early on, roll number 6, quarter number 5, is a W quarter. It's pretty nice overall. Definitely has some of that spotty finish like I found in the last set of boxes. But at the end of the day, we'll take it. W quarter, San Antonio missions, number 1. Let's find more. Very next roll, we found all uncirculated besides one lowly circulated one. And boom. Our second W. It's got some environmental issues on the left with some dings, but I'm not complaining. 2 W's, 1 in back-to-back rolls. We'll take it. Roll number 16. We had quite the drought, and as fate would have it, it was reverse facing me. Pull it out, and it's our third W. Third W quarter of the hunt. Reverse out. Last time I had a reverse out facing W quarter, the other reverse was also a W. But unfortunately on this one, we can see the reverse was a Denver. All 3 are. I'll let you know if I find more, but that's 3 for the hunt so far. Roll 22. Boxes being a little stingy, but like I said, I'm not going to complain. We just found W quarter number 4. We'll definitely take it. Add it to the collection. Pray for more. And be thankful for what we found already. Same roll. Almost the other end of the roll. Another W. W quarter number 5 after 22 rolls. Roll 25 is the halfway point of the box and right at the beginning of the roll. And I think I spotted this by the edge, but I laid them out and searched anyway. And I thought number 4 looks odd. And sure enough, quarter number 4 in the roll is a W. It is hard to spot them when they're not in a fully uncirculated roll, but because this roll is mostly uncirculated, I think I can tell by the edge. We'll get into that later if I find a roll that I'm pretty certain on that I spot one. But I saw it, laid it down, didn't check the rest of the roll yet. I'll do that now. 6 W quarters, almost halfway through the box. We're on roll 29. I've got a roll here. I wanted you to take a look at the 7th coin in on. It's always harder to see on the phone, but this one right here has a different edge. It's the one right here in the middle. I know it's probably hard to tell. You're probably looking around, but the reeds look different. So we're going to open up this roll here in a second, pull the quarters out, and we're going to see if the 7th coin in from the end is a W. If it is, then I'm right on my last 2, and I might be able to spot these going forward. Not that I want to do it like this very often, but I believe the 7th coin in does look odd. So let's just take a look. Denver, Denver, nothing. That's the fourth, it's a Denver. The fifth one, Denver. The sixth one, Denver. And the seventh one is a W. So I was right. You can spot them by the edges. They are hard to tell, but this roll again was mostly uncirculated, and you can see them. There is a ding above the word Liberty, and it's a little bit of scratches on his forehead, but you know what? W number 7 out of 29 rolls. Roll 32. W number 8. We'll take it. Roll 44. Box feels like it's slowing down, but we did find another W right at the beginning of this roll, and it is number 9 for the box. So we're almost in double digits. Same roll, and just like the last double roll, we had one towards the back. This one's dinged up pretty good, unfortunately, but it's still a W 2019 quarter, and it makes us double digits for the box. Roll 46. Box is getting hot again because we just got our 11th of the box and 3rd in the last few rolls. And that's a pretty nice one. And that's a pretty nice sight. Well, box 1 is down, and as you can see, we've got nearly an uncirculated box of quarters. We do have a number of rolls that would make up in there, probably 5 rolls, maybe 7 rolls. So somewhere between 80 and 90% uncirculated in this box. Now I saw 5 or 6 enders that were circulated rolls, and I only see 2 in this entire box. So maybe this one's a little bit better. At the end of the day, we finished with 11 W quarters in that first box. Didn't quite get to a dozen, but we did make a double-digit number plus 1, 11. I'm not mad at that. That is my record W quarters found in a box. You recall my partially circulated boxes last week had 5 in box 1 and 9 in box 2. So we keep moving up. Now we're at 11. Hoping I can get 16 in this box for a couple of reasons. One, I found 14 earlier. I gave one away, so I have 13. When I add the 11 to it, I have 24. And if I can find 16, I'll fill that roll. Fingers crossed we at least find 1. And if we're on the board early, then we're going to gun for 16 of them. Well, I was getting worried. Hunted the first 10 rolls, no W's. I was beginning to think this was an uncirculated box of mostly Denver mints. And roll number 11, finally got our first W of the hunt for this box. It's not a bad one. I think it might have a light scratch to the right here, but it's still our 12th one. We've moved them up because that will give me 24 if I can fill that, and I would just need 2 more to fill that. Roll 13. West Point number 13 of the 2 boxes. Number 2 of this box. It's got some scratches again, though. Still, it's another. The second box is definitely being stingy, but we're on roll 25, and we finally have our 3rd W quarter of the box. Quite a few dings. That's unfortunate, but it is fortunate to find number 14. Roll number 26, the very next roll, and boom, we've got our 4th of the box. Number 15. Roll number 30. W number 16 of the hunt. Number 5 of the box. Very nice. Roll 33. West Point number 17. And 6 of the box. Same exact environmental stuff going on there. But like I've said 17 times, I'll take it. Roll 39. And bingo was his name-o. We've got West Point, number 18 of the hunt, 7th of the box. Roll number 45. Gonna have West Point, number 19 of the hunt, 8th of the box. A little bit lighter than I thought in the second box, but I'll take it. I'm grateful for 19 so far. Maybe we can eke out one more for 20, or even more than that. We have finished the 2-box hunt, and honestly, it looks like it's about even. I think it's about 85% uncirculated. I didn't do the math. Looks like a lot in the jar, but really it's just the shape of the jar. It's pretty thick glass. I was seeing anywhere between 4 and 8 circulated quarters per roll, sometimes 1 or 2, sometimes 10 or 12. But at the end of the day, we did score 19 more W quarters, San Antonio Missions National Park. 8 in the second box, 11 in the first box. I will go through these on my own time and see which ones I think are the best to submit. My plan is to grab at least a handful of the ones from this hunt, as well as the handful of the ones from the last hunt. Pick out around 5 or 10 of the best ones and see if I can get an MS 66, 67, or 68 on the grading. Now, if I go through them and I realize I don't have any that I think are going to be higher than MS 66, I'll just pick out the best 5. I was hoping to get at least 27 of them to fill up that roll, but as luck would have it, we didn't quite get there. And I don't know what's going on with the W San Antonio Missions quarters, but it seems like they're harder to get an epic box. Although I'm not complaining, I just scored more in 2 more boxes, and I have a total now of 33 found in my last 4 boxes. Not too shabby. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this hunt with me. They're still out there for us to find. If you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, happy hunting. And thanks for watching. Man, we're right there.